Good evening, folks. Phil Gallagher of ThrabenU here for another Legacy stream. You get a double stream today. I did a really cool sort of deck list breakdown with all sorts of Ikoria cards this morning. And in an effort to kind of get through our queue, we're also going to do a little stream tonight while the girlfriend is playing some virtual D&D. So tonight we are going to be playing with a self-discard deck. This deck is built around Last Rites, which lets you discard any number of cards, Goblin Lore, which has you discard 3 cards at random, and Cathartic Reunion, that lets you discard 2 cards. The idea is you get back free Basking Rootwallas and free Hollow ones, and you get off to a very aggressive start. Sort of like the dream is something like Dark Ritual, Last Rites, discarding like Vengevine, double Basking Rootwalla, discard double, or Madness, cast these, return the Vengevines, and swing for a crap ton of damage. So Hollow 1 gets cheaper for every card that you have cycled or discarded. So after a Last Rites, Cathartic Reunion, or Goblin Lore, you should be looking at either a free or highly discounted Hollow 1, and Street Wraith also contributes towards that. We have some plan Bs here of Chalice to mise some game wins, and Gurmag Angler, which is pretty good for if a lot of your stuff falls to the graveyard and like your primary plan doesn't necessarily work out. In the sideboard we have a handful of Haymakers. So we have Blood Moons as another way to just like get some quick and easy wins, Leyline of Void for the same reason, and then we have a handful of cards that allow us to grind, Lily of the Veil, Kroxa, and then 4 extra answers to creatures. I think this is going to be one of those deck lists where we try to do the thing, and if we do the thing a handful of times on stream, like we're happy with that. I don't particularly think this is going to be the most consistent machine in the world or anything like that, but I do think that we can maybe make something entertaining, at least for a little while. We'll see if we can keep up with the companion decks, though, because those are very powerful. Oh, and thank you to REW for donating to make this stream happen, by the way. Let's see if we burn some play points today. I hope you all are doing well this evening. I guess we'll leave it at that because we've already found a match. Let's see. So my hand is literal nothing. No companion from my opponents. Let's mulligan this one. So this is turn 2 Last Rites to get a 1/1. I don't keep this, right? Like we're going for Degenerate or we're going for nothing. Yikes. So this is a 5 that lets me play a turn 1 Chalice, but like not actually do the thing that I want my deck to do. I probably like have to like begrudgingly keep this. So we're a Stompy deck this game. We're attempting to cast turn 1 Chalice of the Void into turn 3 Vengevine and hope it works out. I didn't actually pay attention to the mana in this deck list. Alright, we do have 3 green sources in the deck. Alright, so our opponent is probably playing some sort of Depths deck list. In which case, that Elvish Reclaimer probably does me in relatively quickly because I can't super interact with a 20/20. That is also, like, surprisingly good against me. I'm starting to feel like there are combos in this deck list. So I think we're dead game 1 already. The mulligan to 5 plus my opponent having something that got under the chalice is a very rough combination. Do I want to show this Vengevine and, like, let my opponent know what's up? Or do I just want to concede to, like, the onboard combo that's going to take 2 turns? Chalice and 1 drops confirmed. I think I just scooped this one up here, sadly. Like, this is a super confusing start, and, like, I would have no idea what I was playing against if my opponent conceded here. And I think that, like, keeping the meme alive is more valuable than anything else. So we can moon our opponent, and we can make them sacrifice Merit Lodge, maybe. Fired. You been playing Animal Crossing? Just asking. Because that's very much their sort of humor. Yeah, this is very much a meme donation deck list. We will see if we can do the thing a few times. So, like, what do I cut now? So I think I want these 6 cards. Or when I'm on the play, do I just say, like, no, I don't play around Merit Lodge? Because, like, every Dark Ritual or Last Rite that I trim mean that those cards have a lower chance of actually working together. Maybe we do a light touch when we're on the play, and if we're on the draw, we board in the Liliana's Triumphs too. So this hand makes a turn 1 1/1, a turn 2 2/1. Can't actually do anything with Hollow 1. Nope. You think it makes you question your life? I'm playing it. I get 5 of these, and I still do nothing. I can't make 2 mana for Cathartic Reunion to... maybe I have to say, like, fuck it and keep this. Like, pitch the Vengevine. Pitch the Blood Moon, hit done. Play Wooded Foothills, pass. And then hope that between Street Wraith and Cathartic Reunion, we can, like, string together a pair of Hollow Ones and Mize a Victory or something. And there's Birchlore Rangers in there, too? Oh, is my opponent just like elves that happens to have... I see. So they're elves and we just happen to see the one-ofs rather than like they're actually just turbo depths. So my concession was probably early last game, but I don't really regret it. So I think I don't want to cast Cathartic Reunion yet, because I need to discard 2 cards to it. And I really only want to discard Street Wraith. So I think I pass the turn, and then next turn try to create 8 power. Okay, nice. Man, does our opponent have Bojuka Bog? I'm not playing around it because, like, there's nothing I can do. But that would suck. Alright. Seems like we might be getting Bojuka Bogged. That also makes, like, a future top-decked Gurmag Angler considerably worse. Choose target player, black, 2 colorless. Alright, so this is gonna be a 3 for 2. But I still think I just try to, like, punch a hole right now. Okay, Abrupt Decay does nothing, so I will take a redraw and a Birchlore Rangers out of their hand. Oh god, super awkwardly. That does mean that they get to grow their Scavenging Ooze to a 4/4 and trade with a hollow one. Or, like, chump block for a turn and then grow bigger than a hollow one, which is even worse. Big yikes. Big yikes, basically. I guess if I got by you, I could have played towards this exact situation happening. Alright. And it's super a shame that I didn't get by you. Now I know for future games to play towards this line. Like, if I would have had 4 more damage there, then next turn I potentially have lethal, even attacking through Scavenging Ooze. No, I don't think there's any red-red in the deck. I just grabbed 2 dual ends without giving it much thought. That's a thing. I do get to cast it. So I can choose to attack in, lose one of these to Scavenging Ooze. I don't think I want to do that. It will take my opponent a little while to actually go and kill me. And maybe I can string together something where I like put Vengevine into play, get haste damage, and do my thing. I don't know, though. That is interesting. So, what does my opponent do if I attack with Garmag Angler? Would they block with Reclaimer Birchlore Heritage? Or something of that ilk? Because if they lose the Elvish Reclaimer and then I Blood Moon them, maybe I do something? It's weird and feels kind of clunky, but we have successfully produced a couple of hollow ones so far. Yeah, the stream from this morning should have gone live a couple hours ago on YouTube. Alright, just straight up jump block. Man, maybe I should have just, like, not attacked this turn, played the Blood Moon. This Abrupt Decay is weird. If I cast this Blood Moon, it just, like, gives them something to do with the Abrupt Decay. And I don't want to do that. I'd ideally like to use this Blood Moon at a time when most of their mana is down. Or when it doesn't cost me life. I don't have a lot of agency for interacting with my opponent. Okay, that's going to get a Wirewood Symbiote, and then they're going to have a draw engine with Elvish Visionary. And I am very much going to lose to my opponent going wide of me very quickly. Oh, no, just bodies. Do I have basics to cast spells if I cast this Blood Moon? Well, it's not like I'm casting my cards right now anyway. Yeah, I guess if I cast the Blood Moon and I don't cast spells, I like maybe end up losing to this Ooze. I don't really see how I win. And like they just Reclaimer to find basics. Yeah, I think we're donezo. I think this is going to be a deck list where I have to go for nut draws. So I think basically my opening hand needs to have one of these 8 cards or my opening hand is not keepable. So we kept a hand previously that was just like turn 1 Ancient Tomb Chalice of the Void, and then we couldn't really do much afterwards. And we shut off a bunch of our cards. So I don't know if this deck has enough enablers for everything to consistently work. So this is turn 2, Cathartic Reunion, discard 2 cards. That means that Hollow One would still have a cost. It would still cost 1. I would have to hit Street Wraith in order for this to do anything. Nope. Mox Diamond, discard Bloodstained Mire, Dark Ritual, Chalice of the Void, and then have no ability to cast this, no ability to cast this, no ability to cast this. Nope. This hand doesn't do things either. Yikes. So at some point I have to just keep a hand and hope that it gets there, and this is maybe that hand. Not happy with this, obviously. So I can discard 2 of these, cycle some Street Wraiths, hope to spike a Hollowed One, and play a turn 1 4/4. Nice. So I can Mox Diamond to have something that produces every color. Okay. So now there's 4 in graveyard. Now that that's countered, that means that Dark Ritual turns on Gurmag Angler. Using every piece of the buffalo, we have made a 5/5 on turn 1. Oop, hold on, that's one too many. So for the hollow one, I forgot that we had discarded a card to Mox Diamond, which contributes towards the hollowed one count. So that was a thing. Let's see if we get to 4-turn clock our opponent with Gurmag Angler. I don't even think I play that for Wasteland reasons. It's like Belcher, but makes medium dudes instead of killing. Yeah, that's a thing. Your Sylvan Library is like A-okay with me. So seeing Sylvan Library, I'm less likely to think that my opponent has Wasteland. They still could. But I'm thinking it's going to be like Uro, Oko, mid-range. We probably don't beat an Oko coming down this turn. And we also might not beat an Uro just giving them 3 more life and giving them time to stabilize. We also probably don't beat that. I don't know that we beat things basically ever. I guess we work towards hard casting this. Yeah. We may end up getting through this league in like an hour. You have like a Snapcaster Mage to jump in front of the bus, or another Swords to Plowshares. Nope, just thinning, or more likely shuffling top of the library for Sylvan Library reasons. Okay. I think I'm supposed to cast this pre-combat and see if my opponent like accidentally like taps out, taps wrong, or something. Nice. I think I'd take that and just cast it. Yikes. No, I don't think something like Buried Alive is good. To be honest, I don't think this deck should have any backup plans. I think this deck should be all about trying to go off on turn 1. And if it can't go off on turn 1, it just accepts that it's dead. So like there might need to just be more copies of like things like Lotus Petal and the 2-mana red discard cards. We were so close. And like opponent still has like another thing that kills a creature since they're attacking all out. So force of will plus attack puts me to 1. And I guess my only out is like opponent attacking all out, not being able to kill me, and then I resolve Vengevine. So I don't have flyers. Oh, yeah, okay, they've held something back. So I should have no outs now. Well, I guess outside of some really weird draw 3 chains. Alright, so we're playing against some sort of like Snowco deck in all likelihood. I don't super love Chalice, but maybe I'm supposed to keep it for Swords to Plowshares reasons. Like, all the Death Touch idiots that they have are a real problem. Yeah, this deck is bad. This deck is very bad. I don't know if it's the worst deck that I've ever played on stream, but it might be like top 5. Splinter Twin costs 4 mana to win, so no. Companion cards are really warping the game. You need to be really low to the ground if you're a combo deck right now. This is a donation deck list, so I am playing what people paid me to play. There is no agency here. Let's bring in some things that answer their death touchy idiots, and call it good. I can discard and get a free 1/1 on turn 1. Nope. Am I willing to concede the game if Street Wraith doesn't hit a mana source? I can like maybe do something with Goblin Lore if Street Wraith hits a mana source. Otherwise, I concede. Yes. Yes. I don't think this is a deck where we do math to determine correct lines. No play. Pass turn. It is indeed a mana source. It's what I asked for. Yeah, just big yikes all around. All right, there's a mana source. Force of will, my Mox Diamond. Sure. Cast more other Mox Diamonds, though. Okay. I don't know what just happened there, but I enjoyed it. Alright, come on, Goblin Lore. You gotta run out of Force of Will soon. I will beat you to death with this lizard. I swear to Keranos in the sky, I will kill you with a 1/1 that turns into a 3/3 at the cost of all of my mana each turn. How exactly does your deck win? Nathan, we haven't figured that part out yet, so I'll let you know when I know. Make my monster grow! I don't even know what that means, Solnox. I don't know what the Herald deck is. Oh, Storm Herald. Okay, I see. I know what that is then. Honestly, this game is pretty funny. I think Danrith, or whatever its name is, a pretty garbage card. And the only way it can become playable is that if like almost every single deck is playing a companion, and stopping those companions is more important than anything else in the rest of your game plan. We don't beat that if that gets into play. Well, maybe we do. We can like Triumph it. Opponent like is basically out of protection spells. I don't think I play a land. I think I save that for a future turn for Mox Diamond reasons. Mox Diamond might draw out the last Force of Will. So I will Pyroclasm that away at some point, rather than like Liliana's Triumph it. Do I do that now? It's like a 1/1. I can maybe like hold off for more value. If they find a green source, they cast Uro, but I can still Pyroclasm and Lily's Triumph in the same turn. Yeah, I think I'll just pass turn. There's worlds where discarding a land to Mox Diamond becomes important for a hollowed one. I don't know. Like, I don't even have one creature in my hand to potentially cast towards Vengevine. So I don't know that I just want to, like, throw it into the Death Toucher. So that land means they can potentially hardcast Force of Negation. It also means they have access to another green for an Ice Fang to save it from Triumph, which would not be ideal. I'm going to get super cute with Last Rites, but I don't think I'm going to go there. Alright, so I can go to their turn and cast Liliana's Triumph on their turn. The only thing that wouldn't play around is the final copy of Force of Will. They already have access to green off Misty Rainforest. They could already Snapcaster. Yeah, I think I go to their turn for the second one. I could Dark Ritual to play around Spell Pierce, but I'm not going to. I think I need to keep stupid cards in hand for Last Rites reasons later. Last Force of Will. That is all four. That's frustrating. I don't think we have a win con. You know what? That just comes back. That just comes back. We're done. Like, we're not beating the Uro that comes back a second time when we've already used both of our answers to it. What's our win con in general? Yeah. Unclear if we actually can win games of Magic. So the theory is that we self-discard using Last Rites, Goblin Lore, or Cathartic Reunion to cast free or discounted Root Wallas and Hollow Ones, and then get Vengevines back from the graveyard. But we have not successfully done the thing yet. Yeah, sure. Why not? Turn 2, leave it to the Goblin Dealer. Oh no, he doesn't have cards, he has a book. Leave it to Goblin Bookman. And have no agency. Just Mountain Pass. See what happens. And if we lose, we move on. Yeah, this list is not like doing things. So I guess we do it this way now. We have paid 2 mana to get 2 cards onto the battlefield. And go up 1 card. I mean, this is kind of hilarious, so I should just, like, do it. Second stream of the day. Ah, we got Force of Will. Pitching Show and Tell. Okay. Hey man, I gotta get through the queue. I gotta get to the queue before we can play through the new broken things. So I have 3 pre-Ikoria deck lists to go. Maybe 2. The person who donated for the gate was messaging me and talking about doing some cool things. Alright. So the correct play this turn is to, like, play Chalice of the Void. I guess I have 4 mana if I Dark Ritual. So let's go Dark Ritual. Cast Chalice of the Void for X equals 1. If they pierce or otherwise counter this, we follow up with another Chalice. Alright, they don't, so we cast Goblin Lore. Cast. Yes. Motherfucking Chalice of the Void. It's so bad. Why would anyone ever play that card? It's fine. It all worked out in the end. We also get Gurmag Angler this turn, which is hilarious. So we're, like, technically doing the thing now. We'll see if this thing ends up being good enough. I guess let's do my damage, then do Gurmag Angler second main phase. 90s MTG, thank you very much for hosting. This isn't what we usually do on this channel. I don't want you to have this impression, but we're memeing pretty hard right now. We are playing with a Last Rites self-discard Vengevine deck. I mean, that's how the channel works. Oh, JK, they weren't just show and tell. They were also Hypergenesis. Turns out we should have put one of these chalices on 0. Alright, you have a Grizzlebrand. Let's put that in play. What's the worst that could happen? This looks like about it. Oh wow, opponent just drew 7. That seems like a scary thing to do when there's this many creatures on the board. Maybe you have to, but if you don't hit Emrakul, isn't it like super bad? Like you block Gurmag Angler, take 4, 8, 12. Yeah, alright. It appears to have worked out fine for my opponent. They hit the Emrakul. Alright. We can't even win when the opponent is on the mole to, was that 5 or 4? Yikes. But now we know they're playing Hypergenesis, so Chalice of the Void on 0 does things. It appears that we have no sideboard cards for this. Like, I can make them discard a card of their choice for 2 mana. I don't know about that. Like, the edicts technically do things versus show and tell, I guess. Bloodghast is cowardly. It hasn't shown up yet, so we're going to cut it. Basking Rootwaller would indeed be 90s MTG, right? When was that originally? I don't know that set symbol. Is that just a Magic Online set symbol? That's an infinity. That must be some promo reprint. Alright. Mox Diamond land, discard a land. Hollow 1 costs less, but not enough less. Mulligan. Torment. Alright. I have no mana in this hand. Mulligan. Wow, 2002? Alright, this hand does nothing. So we're gonna mulligan. Keep 4 of these. Land, Cathartic Reunion. Yuck. But, like, have to keep. Oh, JK. I also have to discard. Do I have to have 2 cards? Yeah, I assume I have to have 2 cards in order to Cathartic Reunion. So this hand's way worse than it looks. Very well. Man, I get to, like, Dark Ritual, Last Rites, discard a Vengevine, take 1 card from my opponent's hand, concede in shame. This is awful. No, I think we have to do this. And then just, like, wait to play a turn 3 Cathartic Reunion and hope it gets there. or just like draw whatever card it is for turn and then cast Cathartic Reunion. That does things. Let's cast that. So we want Taiga here. Alright, the Vengevine is in the graveyard. I can Mox Diamond, that doesn't do anything. We will try again with Cathartic Reunion next turn. I guess we play an Ancient Tomb so I can play a Hasty Vengevine if I draw one. Why did opponent keep their hand? Are they just like 1 mana away from killing me? That's about the only thing that makes sense. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get a single game tonight. If we didn't get the one where we produced like 2 hollow ones, a Vengevine, and a Gurmag Angler on the same turn, I don't think we're getting there at all. This deck list doesn't even feel like it's modern power level. Like it's too janky. There's not enough consistency. There's parts of the deck list that work against each other. Last Rites is like really bad unless it's in your opening hand on 7 and you can turn 1 it. Like this is no good. And if we like quote unquote go off by casting a Goblin Lore, Cathartic Reunion, or Last Rites, it also just like doesn't guaranteed win the game or close to it, which I don't think cuts it in current Legacy. In comparison to all the like Gyruda and Zirda and Luris decks that are running around that are like so much better at killing on turn 3 or before. And this deck is like turn 2 or turn 3, maybe make a couple creatures. I don't know. Like, we also have no agency in what we do, basically, which I dislike. Like, I have very few real decisions playing this deck, and almost no ability to interact with my opponents as well. I think you have more decisions in a Gyruda deck than here. Like, at least in a Gyruda deck, you can, like, wait and see. Like, if you need to wait for a Cavern of Souls or something, rather than just, like, go for it naked. So here's a great example of, like, where we have, like, combo pieces in hand, but we can't actually do anything. So this is a mulligan. This is a mulligan. This is also a mulligan. We don't do anything. We have either 2 colorless mana or 1 green mana. Nope. I can keep 4 of these. I don't think I can do anything on 4 other than Dark Ritual of Bloodghast on turn 1. Nope. I can keep land, Goblin Lore. Hope that the 1 card that I keep off Goblin Lore is Chalice of the Void. Honestly, I think I'm better trying to mulligan to 2 and hit a Chalice of the Void and, like, maybe they crap themselves and die. Nope. Mulligan to 1. Didn't hit Chalice. Concede. Game 2. Good game. Turn 0 kill from Gyruda. Correct. Deck's very good. Doesn't even have to cast spells. So we'll Blood Moon them in hopes that we knock them off of colored mana so they can't actually cast that thing. Hold up. If I cast a Blood Moon and it resolves, can I actually win the game? Garmag Angler. I have to win the game via Garmag Angler or Hollowed One if I resolve a Blood Moon. Because I don't have Basic Forest to cast this. Okay. Cool. Alright. Oh, yes. There's Mock Diamonds as well. Okay. Well, opponent was playing Gyruda, so... Disagree? Don't know what's up with that. I can make a Blood Moon on turn 2. Sure. So what's up with the Leyline bug, Goblin Lackey? Do you know, like, what happens there? That's super frustrating that they have just temporarily banned that card rather than doing a hotfix. Like, Gyruda is a clear major player in the Legacy metagame, so now we're going to get a warped picture of the metagame until it's legal again. I hope that gets fixed soon. Yeah, Void. Okay, so I can get a swamp with one of these, and whatever with the other one. It just needs to be a red source. JK, opponent just made Gyruda on turn 1 anyway. This is part of the reason why I'm advocating so strongly for Null Rod as a sideboard card right now. Like, both the Zirda and the Gyruda decks rely very heavily on artifacts to power out their degenerate crap. Okay, that's enough power to just be lethal next turn, so I'm going to go ahead and concede. Yeah, this deck is not doing legacy power level things. Like, Last Rites is basically only playable as a turn 1 card. Otherwise, you just don't have enough cards in hand to make it worth it. Cathartic Reunion has a restriction. Goblin Lore has randomness built into it. Yeah, this one gets a big ol' thumbs down from me. Like, you're trying to jump through too many hoops to do something that's not powerful enough. So, like, if I were going to rebuild this, I'd probably remove Bloodghast, Chalice of the Void, and maybe, like, Gurmag Anglers, too. And Last Rites. And Dark Ritual. And, like, go for just more actual graveyard-based synergy. Like, 4 Goblin Lore, 4 Cathartic Reunion. Maybe you keep Bloodghast at that point. Maybe you get some of the other recursive creatures from Bombardment or something. Like, that's not a legacy power level hand. This is also not a legacy power level hand. I would assume you're playing D&T, but I know that's a bad idea. We'll give him a smiley face. Yeah, Captain Belly, we just saw that a minute ago as we were paired against Gyruda. Mulligan. Like, do I just keep a turn 1 Chalice for 1? No, right? Like, I guess. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Just play a Chalice on 1 and hope that my opponent dies to it and can't do anything. And maybe draw another Ancient Tomb and cast a 4/4 that costs me 5 life. If opponent concedes to Chalice on 1, we maybe win a game. Maybe it's the mirror. It's not the mirror. Dredge? Dredge with Lotus Petal is rare, but not unprecedented. Cast an Archamoeba? What are we doing? Cast Breakthrough for X equals 1? Yeah, okay. So this now basically does nothing. If this slug hits anything... yeah. Alright. We tried. So the worst part is, because we let on Chalice, our opponent, like, knows to board in Leyline Hate, because, like, those two go together. That is correct. Gyruda does not care about Leyline. Alright, making our opponent discard is bad. Let's not do that. So if we take those out, then Dark Ritual also sucks. Yeah. So now we have to draw one of these cards, these exact 4 cards, in order to do anything. Yikes. Keep Dark Ritual to hardcast Leyline faster. I'm sold. Alright. Croxa to get rid of bridges. I like the way you think. So do I just board out Chalice? I probably need to keep Chalice when I'm on the play and board it out when I'm on the draw. All my cards are bad. All of them. Do I just, like, board out these? They cost me life. Like, I feel like I just mulligan to Leyline, keep the hand, and hardcast a stupid idiot at some point. Yeah, Chalice on 0 or 1, like, technically does things versus Dredge, but not really. Like, it slows him down, but if you can't apply pressure. They'll just hard discard and then, like, take a dredge 6 every turn. Yeah. Does this hand have leyline? No. Mulligan. Does this hand have leyline? Yes. Keep. Junk the mountain, I guess. I can confirm that Leonin Arbiter is very good right now. This should be a second green. Come on, Goblin Book. Coward. Coward! Why didn't you leave my hand? It's fine. This 1/1 is our win condition. You're not playing Legacy Hollow one, are you? Only a fool would do that. Winky face. Cyrus the Lin, thank you very much for following. We put up a positive record with unplayable Chunder Bucket Pile. I think the Cartouche deck was worse than this one. The Cartouche deck was really bad. Alright, Nature's Claim Leyline. GG. Yeah, we 4-1'd with unplayable Chunder Bucket Pile. I don't know. The Cartouche deck was not fun. It was mostly just suffering. I accepted the deck because I misunderstood the person who donated for it. I thought they had said they had played with it, and they were like, no, it's just this idea I have. And I didn't learn that until I already started the stream. So that's one that I would have just not done had I known that they'd never played games with it. But that's okay. Alright. Maybe they'll miss with all of their dredges. They did not miss with all of their dredges. All right. So there we go. We have fixed the deck list. All right. Sorry, Hey I'm Aqua, but that was not a competitive Legacy deck list. We didn't really have anything going for us. There is not enough consistency in that deck. There's not enough power level in that deck. It is back to the drawing board if you want to try to make that work in Legacy. I mean, I'm glad you enjoyed it. What else is in the queue? What else is in the queue here? What's this Karn's Garage deck look like? Is this a deck that will win or lose quickly? No, that is not a deck that will win or lose quickly. Titan Chalice deck also will go on for a long time. All right, I'm gonna take 30 seconds and check on the girlfriend's status. I'll be right back, and then I'll decide if I'm gonna play some more Magic or just like call it there. That's the wrong screen. That one. All right. Looks like the girlfriend is more or less finished up with what she is doing and will be done shortly. So I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a night here. We squeezed in a second stream today and got something out of the queue, but not a single game win with that one, which is a real rarity. Regardless, I hope you enjoyed the dumpster fire that was this stream. And if you enjoy legacy content, feel free, stick around the channel. There will be more later this week. I'll maybe stream tomorrow morning or something like that. Who knows? There'll be more streams squeezed in as I try to get through these last couple of deck lists. I want to make sure that by the end of the week I'm doing only post-Ikoria deck lists, and I've got a couple to go. At the very least, I will be back on Monday night for an Erosa stream with Brian Koval, and I'm really looking forward to that one. Cheers, folks. Have a great rest of the night, and let's raid someone random. So Monday night stream, which is the next 100% confirmed stream, is an Erosa deck, which is the Uro and Urza hybrid deck. I don't know. Oh, D'Amato EXP just went online. Let's raid them. Have a great rest of the evening, folks.